So yeah, we are live, and this is Mike, Daniel, and Matt. And Daniel, I was just having a little laugh. Your name has a meaning in Swahili. Yeah, I don't know if
What
you're
does it
aware.
mean?
It means eating,
Eaten. Uh,
eating,
eating.
like eat,
Okay. Yeah, so it's
kukula.
good name.
Yeah, so Daniel Kukula, that's nice. Yeah. So
My surname has a meaning as well.
yeah, what's your surname?
Kukula, Kukula.
Yeah, I think I'm breaking, so I didn't get it. I didn't get that. Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing? What is it about? It's my
Sorry.
Yeah.
first programming.
I thought this was a different Daniel. Sorry, we have another Daniel that was in a meeting with us 10 minutes ago, and
All right.
sorry, thought it was you. So hey, welcome. I'm Matt. Nice to meet you, Daniel.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
You've already talked to Mike. Yeah, I think Mike, you're dealing with a little bit of connectivity issues today, so hopefully that won't impede us too much. So Dan, we're pairing on website one, and it's the you've been to the Agile Ventures website?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, awesome. So this is the actual the code base that is that website that you've been to, and we're gearing up for a week-long sprint to work on this website next week. And
all right.
Mike is has been a contributor for a few months now, and we're working on a feature together where so have you I can just let me quickly share my screen with you. So if I come here to the site, you can see here this is the site. Have you been to the events page before?
No, because I have access from today, and I haven't seen this calendar.
Okay, cool. So this is where you find all our events. You can click on the events, and you can come here to create an event, or you can come to past events, upcoming events, past scrums. And then if you come to upcoming events, it will lead you here to this calendar, and it will also have a list of the events that are happening. So right now we have this pairing session going on now, and then so on. So then there's other things, you can check out the different projects that
yeah, I saw the project. Are they all live, or more or less some are dead for now?
So we actually have a new feature where we have an infinite scroll. So if you just scroll down, you can see like all these ones are active, and then if you keep scrolling, active. So there's quite a few active ones. There are a lot in here as well that are. So now once you get to here, this is starting with the closed projects. So closed, and so on. You can go through, and it has a list of all the projects that have ever been there. A couple of things you can do as well is you can search for a project based on the programming language. So for example, you say, I'm interested in Python. Elixir is nice as well. I'm interested in Python. Then you search, and you will come up with presumably a list that uses Python. Yeah, there we go. We have Fast NoSQL, the Wikiedu dashboard. I didn't know they used Python, but okay. Maybe they do a little bit. AV dashboard. This is the one that I know of. That's the active one that uses, and then you have this closed one. So you can search based on the programming language and so on. We're going to be working on other things, other ways of like being able to filter out the projects based on different criteria. You can certainly come here and read about us and how Agile Ventures, the history, and what we believe in and stuff like that. You can look, at the members, the different members that are available, and somewhere in here I'll find myself. I don't know where I am. Where am I? I feel like I have some points. Where's, where am I? There we are. Hey. So yeah, and Mike Ono is somewhere here as well. Don't know. Any idea how any karma points you have, Mike?
I'm not sure. Maybe
right, well,
100 or something.
Yeah, so you'll be in here somewhere. Yeah, so you can have a look at that. And then we have this here, this premium, right? This premium tab that leads you to the membership plans. So the membership plans, like we have a free plan, which maybe what you started off. You signed up for Premium Mob?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So what, yeah, Dan, right. Okay, cool. I think I saw that today. So cool. So you're a Premium Mob member, which means you have like all kinds of wonderful things that you have access to. So the idea of the feature that we're working on, and depending on what mobs you're interested in, I will probably be seeing a lot of you because I'll be at most of the mobs during the week. Tomorrow, for example, we have the come on. We have the Rails 5 TDD mob, where are you joining us from, Dan?
Currently I'm in Poland, but normally I live in UK, so I'm Polish, living in UK.
Cool. So you're this time for you, 9:30 to 10:30 Brazilian Standard Time is like 9, 10, 11, 12:30 UTC. So it would be in the afternoon for you?
Yeah, I might try to join you if I'm gonna not be sleeping because
So yeah, I mean this will be sometime in the afternoon. What time is it there?
Yeah, it's a 1 hour difference. So it's I don't know. I took out my watch.
Okay. So it would be.
Now it's 8 p.m. So it's 1 hour later.
Cool. Yeah. So now my time. This is all shown in my. I'm in Brazil at the moment. So you're 5 hours ahead of me. So it would be 10, 11, 12, 1, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Your time is when we're gonna have the 5 TDD month. So hopefully you'll be awake by then. And yeah, we have the Elixir mob on Wednesday. On Thursday we don't have a mob, but we do have like AVD, lots of other things. But the point is the feature that we're working on right now is basically when I go to my profile, we want to be able to have like a button here, so we have this button that says that I can upgrade to Premium Mob, so I can click on that, and that will take me. I don't know where that takes me actually. Okay, they can't upgrade me at this time. I didn't know that. Okay, so anyways, the point is we want to have a button here that allows people to update their credit card details directly from their profile page. So that's what we've been working on, and we have a button, and then what we did we kind of did it backwards, where we created we created the functionality. And then now we're taking a step back and we're testing to make sure that, for example, like I wouldn't be able to go to, for example, Kanzaku. I think Kanzaku is a member. No, Kanzaku's not a member. What was it, Mike? Kanzaku Harvest? Something? You remember?
Harvey.
Dr. Harvey. So he's not a member anyways. Anyways, the point is I would be able. What's yours, Mike?
I want to make.
All right. Well, I can't find anyone else's profile. The right would be to click on this here. And we want tests to say that like I shouldn't be able to go to. Maybe you can't even go to users' profiles anyways. Can you only see your profile? No, that doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, so maybe you can't go to other people's profiles. That doesn't make sense.
I think I can.
Yeah, so
because if I...
I find it.
think it's only you. So if I come here and I think my internet is a little bit too slow today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I came here to Raul. Okay, maybe I just wasn't giving it enough time. So yeah, if I come here to Raul, then I can see his information, right? But I shouldn't be able to like edit his profile or edit update his credit card details or anything like that. So that's what we're working on is tests for that.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna watch today, so I get an understanding how it goes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, feel free. And we do when we have other people who do want to get involved with driving the coding, then we try to create a space for that for people to to jump in and get involved. Also as well, like if you want help or if you want to get set up on the website one project to get everything locally, then we can go through that as well.
It's made in Rails or?
Yep, it's almost exclusively a Rails project. There's like a sprinkle of JavaScript and other things, but it's almost all Ruby on Rails. Yeah.
Okay, so go on. I will try to clone it to my computer and I will set it up.
Awesome. Yeah. There's instructions there. Like you just fork it and then to your repo, to your GitHub, and then clone it. And I'll be right back, Mike. But if you want to just walk through what you're doing, I'm just in the other room, so I can hear you.
Yeah. So as Matt has said, like we already have the functionality for that feature, and now we were trying to have to write Cucumber tests to test the feature.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I had initially I had what did I do? What did I do? Did I close it? No. So initially I had this up here. So
yep.
And this was not there, and this was not here, and this was not here either.
Yep.
Now I think I added this test here from line 35. Yep. And the test is that the user cannot see update card details. That's the scenario. But then we have given I am not logged in. So given I am not logged in, if I run tests this specific test on line 35,
yeah. So Mike, I think that I think that maybe you don't even need to say given Hello? I am not logged in. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Mike.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, your I think your internet's. So what I was saying is that I don't think you even need to say given I am not logged in, because you don't have a default that you're logged in. You have to explicitly log in,
So Matt.
Yep.
I think you're breaking.
Yeah. I'm saying I don't think you need the line 36 given I am not logged in, because you won't be logged in unless you say to log in.
Okay. Okay. I think the reason I did this is that I searched some other places and I saw them implementing that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure the step exists for a certain reason, but but I can't say exactly why they use it in other places. I'd have to look at those places and try to discern why. And I could be wrong, but I think that like when a person visits the site for the first time or visits the sites randomly, like I know that when I visit the site in the morning, for example, before the scrums, I'm not logged in. I specifically have to log in every morning to be able to edit events. So I think like, and that remember that on line 37, you wrote that step definition to have a user that's not signed in, because on line 28 you couldn't reuse that one because that one was having a logged in user, and so you can't have a logged in user named Tanzaku, line 28.
yeah.
And then on line 29 have another premium user that's logged in at the same time, you know. So you wanted to have a premium user named Emily, but who is not signed in, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you broke at some point, but maybe I got what you're saying, that I wrote these. I couldn't have another user called Tansaku, so I added these to add another.
Yeah. You wanted that on line 29. That user is not signed in, correct?
No.
Yeah, the user on line 28 is signed in, and the user on line 29 is not, right?
No, 29 is not.
Yeah. So I think you don't need to say on line 36. You don't need to say I am not logged in. You know.
Okay. Then who is I going to be? If I say given I'm not logged in, given a user exists and I click on the avatar for Emily, who is I going to be?
I mean, I is capybara, right?
Okay.
Like you're just, you know, you're writing it from like a user of your, you know, these are like acceptance tests. So you're like mimicking a user of your site, you know. So I is like the user of your site, you know. In this case, it would be Emily, you know, like because yeah.
Okay. So
well, actually, like sorry. So actually, sorry. Can you go back to the code? So you have here a couple things, like, so you have a not logged in user cannot see update card details, right? So I guess the question like that I have that you need to ask yourself is like, if the person is not logged in, then does it matter if they are a user or not? Like, is there a difference in the program between a person who is a user that is not logged in and a person who's a visitor of the site?
I think when you're not logged in, you're just a user, but you just don't have an account.
Yeah. Okay. So like a visitor. So
yeah.
Okay. So right. Yeah. So you're creating the premium user because you want to click on her avatar. Okay. Cool. So on line 39 though, you say on line 35, not logged in user cannot see, and then on line 39 you say can see. Yeah. Cool.
So here it was saying.
Yeah, it's saying expected to find text, but you're actually checking to the opposite. You don't. And then you expect that this is going to pass now?
I expect.
Do you expect that this is going to pass? people who are not signed in, or people who are not the profile owner, or people who are other premium members or whatever. We don't want other people to see the button to update people's cards. So yeah, cool. So now maybe run all of the tests. Maybe run all the tests in that feature. Hey, Raul.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Just, checking out what's happening.
Yeah.
I've been AWOL for a while now.
Yeah. You've popped in a couple times relatively recently, but
yeah. What are you guys working on today?
So I'm not sure what we're gonna work on now, because I think maybe so we're working on a feature that actually, I mean, it would be great to get your opinion on some things, because we're kind of got a PR in, and we're ready to get like kind of a PR review if you wanted to give your opinion on it, and we're gonna ask Sam to review it as well, I guess. But we're working on a feature where a premium user has the ability to update their credit card details from their profile instead of going to that like cards ID edit path. So we're explaining to Dan here, who's a new premium member. We kind of did things backwards. So we developed like the feature first, and then we kind of took a step back and said, actually, we need to test this. And so now we've written tests, and then Mike had a blocker there where he was trying to create a step definition that said that the user is not logged in, but that was using a drive, like saying page.driver.submit, and the JavaScript driver Poltergeist was saying that it didn't support the use of this method submit. But we got past that because we are just saying as a user, like this, that by default is not logged in, then so now I think we're ready to, and I guess like the idea, we're in a place where we have, so Sam was saying that his idea was that there would be a link that you click on from the Mike, do you think you could start the server and go to the profile page?
Yeah, there is this.
Yeah, well, I was actually talking about the local host, like start the server, but I guess
Matt, I think you're breaking.
Yeah,
I can't get you clearly.
So. Mike wants you to start the app locally. Get something. Mike?
I think Mike's internet is not so good at the moment. So, I mean, I can, I guess, explain, or I guess I'm sharing my screen as well, but I wonder if I do have it. Anyways, like the point is that on the profile page, like Sam was saying, his idea was like to have a link that you click on that leads you to that other path, that cards edit path. And I guess we went developing it before we clarified that with him. And the way we developed it was we are reusing that edit button card.
Yeah.
Sorry. So because like it didn't really make sense to us that like from a UX perspective to like click on a link that leads you to another path that has just a button on it that you click on to update your credit card details. So I guess we're kind of in a place where we need to, I guess, get feedback on, what we should do, because we're not testing that the person can actually successfully update their cards using that button on the profile page. We're just testing that that the premium user who owns the profile can see it, that link, and that nobody else can.
Yeah.
And then also,
is that a test that was written before with that button?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like, I guess, like, it seems to me that maybe, I mean, I think, like, I feel like it would be good to just remove that entire, like, cards ID edit path, because I don't know, I guess maybe there is a purpose, but I don't understand what the purpose of having a page that just has a button on it.
I think the initial thought, and I personally have used that page before, where maybe your card, you don't have the same card that you use when you signed up for premium membership, and you want to change that. So the idea was that when you click that button, you can easily change to a new card if you needed to. The main idea, if I remember back when I was still involved with the project, was that we wanted to release the minimum features as possible with this functionality, and kind of like improve it over time as we progress with the project. So because we didn't have a huge user base of people with premium membership, and we didn't want to spend too much time developing like intense features that may not be used over time, right? So that's why, like, you will see pages with like just a button to like do the smallest thing possible, like this one, for instance.
Yeah. But there's like no specific reason, like, to do with Stripe or anything like that, that it needs to have an entire page just for that feature.
Oh, you mean like you could just add this button on your profile page?
Yeah, like, yeah. So that's what we've done, is we've added it on the profile page. But then we also have that issue where, like, if we change the styling of because the button actually, like, I don't know if Mike, I think Mike can hear us now. If he can,
is using the default Stripe styling.
Yeah,
I can hear.
Yeah, which may or may not go with the other links on that page, on the profile page. But then if we change that, and we change it in both places, and just, I mean, I guess, like, I mean, if we're going to have it on the profile page, like, it seems like to me, like, when a person clicks on that link, they're expecting either that it's going to go to a page with a form that they can fill out to update their card, or it's going to pop up like a modal, which is going to,
it pops up a Stripe model, and you can just edit, add your new card. That's all it does.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, but the idea that, like, yeah, there we go. Thanks, Mike. So the idea of, like, clicking on a link, like Sam was talking about, and then that link leads to that other path, that then you have to click on a button to get that modal. It seems like a bad UX design to me. They're like, maybe we can do away with, I guess it's a long way of saying, if we have the functionality to be able to update people's credit cards from their profile, then we don't need that cards edit ID.
Yeah.
ID.
Yeah, you can dump the entire page completely, right? You just put this button here and make sure that only the people that actually have a subscription can see this.
Yeah.
Cool. It sounds reasonable to me.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's great to get someone else's feedback on that then. And I mean, ultimately, we're on a branch, so if Sam's like, no, I really don't like that, then we can just roll it back. And
I'm not sure. I wasn't quite involved when this specific button was involved. I don't know if the idea was to later on add more stuff to that page, but I think if we don't have any plans for that right now, this, whatever you guys did, seems reasonable to me, I think.
And then, like, we'd need to update the test to point the people to the right path where they would find the button, and make sure that when they fill in proper details and click on update, that it would actually update.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier on that you had a test that was pretty much going to that page and making sure the button is there and doing it himself. So you probably want to move that test and into your new feature file now or something. I don't know where you're writing this, but just to make sure that it works accordingly with the new position of this button, kind of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
probably gonna be the same test anyway. You're just gonna move a few things around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just change the path, I think. Do you remember where that test is, Mike? Mike is muted. Muted Mike. Mike is muted.
Yeah. So yeah. So actually, the test is this one that I'm pointing into. It's a new file, profile update credit card feature.
Oh yeah.
And
No, I was actually talking about the one that tests the functionality of the credit card updating.
the one that tests the so that was is it credit card? Update card or something.
Card. I think it's a directory called cards, maybe. Or no? No.
Users. Oh, it's click within users. Sure. So manufacturer. I can't. Do you remember the name of the?
I'm looking for it as well.
So profile. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You think the beep in the background, Mike? What's you're looking for that test?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
sorry guys.
now.
Yeah.
So
What's that controller?
Yeah, it's premium credit card feature.
Yes, it's
premium credit card.
Yeah, it's in the premium directory in features premium, and then the name of the feature is credit card feature.
But this says something else. End users money. Card details. I think that's the one. Given I'm logged in as user Tensaku and I visit the cards Tensaku edit, is that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, yeah, potentially, Mike, you could just change that cards Tensaku edits to the user's Tensaku.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then see if those pass. But yeah, you would need to change back the logic as well to be like, unless the person is has a basic membership, or if
Is there an open PR for this?
Yes, there is. Let me share the.
Yeah, I'm just like going through the board and looking at PR.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you guys have sessions every time.
Quick, but feel free to unmute yourself, if you're saying something. What was that? Sorry.
I was just wondering if you guys have sessions every evening now.
Yeah, we're certainly trying to. Like, there probably is some exceptions, but we're trying to have at like this 5 p.m. And even later as well every day. Is
it 5 p.m. UTC?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like I guess on the like not an exception, but on Wednesdays we have the RFM meeting at 6 p.m. UTC. So typically we try to do an hour of like pairing on something to do with RFM before, and then we go into the meeting. And then the other days we're either doing website one or web support or others.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at maybe starting to join in some more of those sessions moving forward. I recently had to move cities and like start a new job, so as well as offline all this time. So,
yeah.
Now I'm sort of like having a little bit of space in the evening to look at a few things. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it'd be great to have you.
If you guys are working, then I might join in a couple of sessions every now and then just to check in what's up. Maybe
that'd be great.
Stuff. Yeah.
Are you what, if you don't mind me asking, what city are you living in now?
I moved to Cape Town in South Africa. Still South Africa, but I moved to Cape Town. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Started a new job as a developer for a local firm here. Yeah. Still doing Rails.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you have you seen about the week-long sprint next week?
Not sure I saw that.
So I just posted we have like a sign-up form that just to try to get a better idea of how many people are interested in what kinds of things they're interested in.
Is it in the general channel?
Yeah, I put it in general, and I put it in website one, and I put it in marketing, and I put it in professional development as well so far. And like try the more people post about it, the better, So
okay, yeah,
maybe we should have a hackathon channel.
Maybe we should what?
Is that another long sprint that you wanna for the real world open source project?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And that's actually, it's a sign-up sheet that's not just about website one. It's also a couple other projects as well. But yeah, the next one is starting on Monday. And I guess like website one, I think is a particularly interesting one to be sprinting on, because it seems like there's quite a few issues that that we, of different levels of complexity that we can, with a little bit of organization or a lot of organization, we can like break into, like different teams working on different things around the clock, and having a really productive week. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
Okay, cool. So you're starting next week on Monday?
Yep.
All right.
And I guess on Monday, Sam will be a little bit limited. So I'm gonna be like organizing stuff, but if other people can help out, that would be great.
Okay.
I'll
go Mike, and yeah. Cool.
Yep. Cool. Mike, are you did you understand what we were saying is maybe an idea of what you could do to this test to see if we can like make sure that it's working?
No, I didn't get clearly. You could just please repeat.
Yep. So if you go back to the test, like you can see that it's pretty similar to what we're doing. Like I don't know if you have like a side-by-side view of the test we were writing, but you can see that it's pretty similar, right? I'm logged in as user, Tanzaku with the email, with the password, I visit. So the idea is that maybe we're going to do away with that link, that path card Tanzaku edit, and we're going to just leave the update details button on the profile page. And then instead of like on our test, we were saying like, I see the update card details. And in this case, we're going to click on it and then like fill in some information and stuff. But other than that, like you can see the tests are almost identical, right?
Yeah. So that's actually for the feature that we will be testing. If if it really creates.
Yeah.
If it really creates, it really helps the update. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like, is it like if you I don't know if you can you put up the two tests like side by side like you were doing the other day? The feature that we wrote and this feature.
Okay. So.
Cool.
So this and this.
Yeah, exactly. So is it clear to you like how you can adapt the test on the right to be able to check to see if it works?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you have questions, you know, we'll be here, but otherwise, you know, I think we can safely assume like that we can move forward with that, and then if Sam doesn't like it, then we can roll it back. Actually,
Okay,
well, maybe
sure.
it would be good to commit at this point, because I mean I don't think he's not going to like it, but if he does not like it, then if we have committed at this point where we have all the tests passing and such, then it would be easier to roll back.
Okay. What are these guys?
So there's a on the README. I don't know if you've seen it because it's kind of at the bottom. There's a test. There's a explanation about like acceptance testing and caching, and these are like these are caches that are generated when you run Cucumber, so that it doesn't actually like hit real services. Like we don't want to be sending like API requests over to real sites, because you know we want to actually cache the responses. So we have a rake task that clears out those responses. Do you remember how to check the available rake tasks?
Yeah. So the rake tasks were in.
Well, you can do it from the command line. Remember?
So sorry. Command.
So, Mike, do you remember there's a command that you can do you can put in the terminal, and it will tell you all the available rake tasks? I mean, maybe if you don't, maybe your terminal remembers. I'm not sure. I think you use bash.
Minus rake minus T.
Yeah, thank you.
Capital T.
Yeah.
If you do rake dash.
Okay, so this is taking time. Could you please post on the chat? Okay, it's not patient.
The Docker setup stable now. Last time I checked in, you guys were still fixing a few things on that.
Yep, we're actually still testing things in the local support. Like it's having some. We just had one of the volunteers trying yesterday to get things working in Windows for local support, and we're running into an issue on copying like Bower components. But for website 1, it seems to be all. I mean, I say that, but like Mike, for example, he's been using the Docker, and he does run into some, like, he switched to doing things locally because he was running into issues where when he pulled things down from the develop branch, then it would like break things, and then you'd have to like go through a series of debugging, like removing volumes and rebuilding, and even then it wasn't working.
Right.
So sorry, Mike, just to help you, because you don't really know what you're looking for. It's the rake task is like rake VCR. So if you go to the V's, and then it's like VCR Billy caches.
The V's, okay, this.
Yeah. Yeah, if you post that in the, then that'll clean out, like, we can have a look at what that does, but that'll clean out all those caching files that you don't want to be committing. And like if you run the whole suite of tests, like sometimes there's 30 or 40 of those that it makes it difficult for you to even see what you're supposed to be committing.
Yeah. So, and this guy?
Don't know. Don't think you have any changes there that you want to save. Not sure what.
Matt, just
Yep.
questions just to get some updates. What's the structure now on website 1? Who's like assuming the role of client and project manager?
Client, I'm not sure. Sam's doing the project managing, and like I'm working for Agile or with or whatever Agile Ventures at the moment, and like I'm doing mostly stuff on website 1, local support, and NHS Wiki. So like I'm kind of always pairing on that stuff, but just in a I'm still a junior programmer, so I'm just like doing stuff and coordinating with other people, and then Sam's doing the project managing.
Cool. What other project is still active at the moment?
So like RFM, we're doing, like I'm still trying to help out with RFM. We have like there's a couple projects, like Met Plus is actually like João is, last I checked, he's looking for someone to try to take over for him on that. And we have like the Anvil project, which is like a newer project to do with like the idea of maybe bringing some React to website 1, and like there's a task to declutter the calendar. And right now they're at a stage where they're doing user interviews for like some premium members to see what they think about the design of the UX design of the calendar,
right?
And like the calendar. There's the AV dashboard as well as like a Python, like the only active Python project right now that Michael is taking the lead on, and that we're starting to do sprints on Thursdays. That we're gonna try to help out with that as well. And then like Federico right now, he's taking a couple weeks off to take care of some other responsibilities. But he's doing stuff with like the Campaigner 1, which is like the Phoenix 1 stuff, which like Elixir and Phoenix. And then those are the ones that I'm kind of know about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still quite a number of project active, so that's good. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's SHF as well that there's where Sam was talking about would be good to sprint on, and like I've kind of talked to Susanna and like Mike, for example, him and Faith were interested in like kind of trying to help Dockerize like every project at AV that would like to be Dockerized, and she's using a Windows computer at the moment, so maybe it would be an opportunity to help out with Dockerizing that. And I don't think they're having meetings at the moment. Like, I think those are put on hold. And there's also what is it? The Wikia do dashboard, which is just a huge. And like, I guess we're also as well, like, there's as far as like the paid projects, where like there's an opportunity that we're exploring that's with the British Columbia developers, something like that. And like the government of Canada has like these agile projects that they're contracting people to do, that we've submitted proposals for like 3 or 4 of them, and haven't been successful yet, but we're trying to like build up the team and be able to actually be successful, because they're actually there's some real money involved in those. Like, I've seen a project that was like $1 million, which doesn't seem like something we're ready to bite off at the moment, but there are smaller projects as well that's like a few $1,000s that potentially would be really good for us to take on.
Okay. I'm just going through like issues on when do you have planning sessions for website 1?
I think they're on Wednesdays. Are they on Wednesdays, or are they on? It's really interesting that you joined as well, because I was here on the members page, and I was like clicking on people's profiles to show Dan that you shouldn't be able to see another person's edit details and everything, and like it wasn't taking me to any of the pages, and then when I finally like kind of gave up, like, I guess it's not going to take me to anyone's profile, and it like came to your it's like, wow, that's really
that's interesting.
Interesting timing. I think are they on Wednesdays or Thursdays? There shouldn't be. I don't think they're on Wednesdays. They must be on Thursdays. We probably need to actually like change it, because I think we've set them up to be bi-weekly because of the sprinting, because we're doing 1 week that we're sprinting on one project and just focusing on that one project for the whole week, and then we have 1 week we're doing like a general week. Oh, it is on Wednesdays. And then now we've changed things to where we're doing things we're having another week this week. We're doing like another week of admin and getting people excited and stuff like that, because I don't know if you know Nick, Papa Nick, but he his schedule is better if it's like starting next week, every 2 weeks. So we're giving an extra week for that as well. And yeah, so now I need to come here and change this so that is this bi-weekly at the moment. Let's put this weekly and save it, and then we can change it back to bi-weekly. Yeah, cool. So the next one's October 10th.
Can I be able to join back again and start contributing?
What's that? Sorry?
Will Nick be able to come back again and start working on stuff?
I mean, yeah, that's the hope, like that. I mean, he's been around and he's been doing some stuff, but like with the sprinting, he hasn't been able to be too involved, because it was in that week that he has like 1 week that's really busy, and then the next week is not as busy. So we're hoping that next week, I haven't actually specifically talked to him about whether he's going to join in on this website 1, but I have a feeling he will, if at least for some of it.
Okay.
So what's going on with you, Mike?
I'm trying to update. I'm trying to see if the that works the update with the credit card features.
Yep. Cool. So you went there, features premium. Okay, that's interesting. Cucumber features premium credit card feature. Yeah, that looks right. Features premium credit card feature. Yeah. Ah, cool. So you're. Yeah.
And you remember we had a problem last time with this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think if you look back at the
test
that we wrote, you can see how we got past that.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be more than one way of getting past it, but
do you have a premium member with in your background steps?
So the way that it's like, we do have a premium plan and we have like a regular basic member, but then on line 16 there's like this step that's like logged in as a premium user, and then that goes in and has like a helper method to create Tanzaku as a premium member.
Okay.
It's logged in. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly why we can't just visit that URL, because that would be, or that path, that would be cleaner. It's like, yeah. So, Mike, maybe just try running that test on line 15 and see if it's passing, and then then we can go from there. And also, like, keeping in mind like what Ryo was saying is that maybe it makes sense to have like this all on one feature instead of having two different features. But this will at least give us an idea of whether it's working. But it should be, because we're using the same button as in the other place. Like, we're using the same partial, but
yeah,
we can't just assume it.
Yeah, maybe I should maybe I should just update then I should be on this. When I click and I put, I think this one. Okay. So on to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, so scenario user changes card details. Given that I'm logged in that password and I visit.
I mean, I guess, Raul, like maybe you could chime in. Do you think there's a reason to maybe debug what's going on and try to like, does it make sense that we're gonna have to call, like, I click on the avatar of the person every time, or like, because we should be able to visit like directly the person's profile, right?
Yeah. So maybe we can say when I visit users,
click on the avatar.
and I visit users Tanzaku. So I should look for this step in the
The question is, what is the friendly ID for that user? I think that's one thing you need to figure out and use that in your, if you want to switch back to that step.
Yep. So I think like Mike, when we were looking at it the other day, was it Tanzaku Harvey or? I mean, yeah. It was something like that, wasn't it?
yeah, because
I'm not sure. I don't remember if we tried that or not.
Yeah, we tried it. So
you can put up a binding pry and just, or let's have a look at the step where we create that user.
Yep.
Just want to see what we're using to create that.
So that's in the steps.
Yes.
Somewhere in the.
There is a good plugin for Atom that helps you jump to the step definition. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, that's really useful. I want to get.
Yeah.
Under...
Sorry. So on line 24, that's what the user is created.
We're using factory bot to create the user. We have a user with Karma, first name, email. What else are we giving it? Password confirmation. Okay, so can you open up that factory? Just want to see if we are.
So where do I find this? It's.
You can look at spec in the folder spec/factories/users.
Spec/factories.
Hope it's there. Yeah, it should be there. Factories underneath, just off the controllers. Users.
Then you.
So we have a first name, last name, slug. How is friendly ID generated? The slug is the first name.
Where did you see that friendly ID generated? Or which line?
What's the concept of friendly ID?
I think he's referencing, Mike, when it was like the error message that we were getting when we tried to visit the user/Tanzaku, for example. It was like saying the friendly ID was not found. So he was asking, like he was thinking out loud, where is it that we're generating? Like, how is that friendly ID actually generated? You know.
Just have a look at the user model. Just want to take a look at the user model quickly.
So models, where are the models?
In the app.
Up, okay, yeah. Models.
You're on a Mac, right? So if you also do Command P, you can type in like file name to quickly jump to them. So let's see, user model. Do we have? I think we're using a friendly IE gem, so it should be. Yeah,
there we go.
The ID. So it's using the scroll down. Right. So friendly ID display name. Right. One way we can figure out what's the friendly IDs of display name. Is this a method, or do we have a method for display name, or we have a field on the users table?
So maybe you can do like a global search for display name and see if there's like a place where there's a method defined. Oh. Yeah. Wow, it looks like maybe a field in the.
Oh yeah, it's in the model. If you scroll down.
Oh, yeah, 125.
Yeah. 125. So it's either gonna be the full name. That's interesting. Okay, you know what we can do? If you go back to the feature, I think we can easily find this way. Go back to the feature that we're working on at the moment. Did we lose Mike?
I think he didn't. I think he's still there, but he didn't hear. Go back to the feature, Mike.
Feature.
The feature
Yes.
file. Yeah. So we have this step where we create the user at line 24, and then we try to visit user/Tensaku Harvey.
Yeah.
This will probably fail if we don't have this ID right.
Yeah.
So can we put
Yes.
a binding try in this step just to see what's the? I just want to see what the values. I mean, what we have in user.
So
Probably in
here,
the
open here. Yeah.
yeah, there. You probably want to do that even. Yeah, it's fine then, because we already have the user and we can.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what you're saying that I do on line 38.
Yes.
The interesting thing is that when you go to the card/ID/edit, which should be the same friendly ID, then cards Tanzaku edit works, but the user's Tanzaku doesn't.
That's interesting.
Because like they should be the same ID, right?
Yeah, it should be.
So I'm not sure.
Like here, if you do, you're saying much. So
You can run
in the feature. Yeah. So let me just run.
Yeah, I was saying in the actual tests, like, because the test that we had before said like card/Tanzaku/edit, which that Tanzaku is the ID, which would be like the friendly ID, but then user/Tanzaku doesn't. I'm not sure if there's like, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll find out now what it is.
Dan, just let us know if you have any questions or if you want to.
No, I'm just watching. Go on, no problem.
No, it's just.
I think you put that in the raw. Maybe not. You're running the right specs.
Yeah, no.
So this is the wrong.
Yeah, that's the one where they're not logging in, right? Yeah, there you go.
And also, are you sure that 15 is the correct feature spec that you want to run? Oh yeah.
That should call it, yeah. It's saying I'm logged in, yeah.
All right, cool. What do we have in current user? So we have first name, last name. It's Connolly. Oh.
Display.
The slug is Tensor Kukanili. So that name is different all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just use the avatar thing, because I mean the slug will change every time you run the test, unless you create this user in hard code, a first name and a last name. Yes. To something, then you can use. So if you say Tensaku and then the name is maybe Smith, then you can use Tensaku-Smith as a friendly ID. So you would have to modify this. I think line 24 in this thing where we're creating the user to pass in a last name as well when we're generating this user. Which, I mean, like in this context, we already have a spec that allows us to navigate to the user's page using the avatar. We might as well just use that instead of writing extra spec.
Yeah, I mean, I guess assuming that this step definition is being used by other tests, like if it's only being used by this one test that we're going to modify, then maybe it would make sense to change it to have a last name. But I'm presuming that it is being used by
Probably used by something else as well. So
yeah,
let's not modify this.
Okay.
So you can use the avatar step. We're just going to use that to navigate to the user settings, and yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense now that you look at if you look at line 24, that it's passing in a first name, but it's not passing in a last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go back to the factory users.rb, you'll see that the last name we're using Pega to generate last name, right? And we are only overriding the first name when we're generating that user in this context. So the last name is
yeah. Cool. That makes sense.
And then the friendly ID. So there's actually a gem called friendly ID. It's using the display name as an ID to access that user's page, right? And the display name is either going to be the full name or the email designator or whatever we have there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So
what is it? It's Sawa.
Sawa, yes.
Sawa.
Sawa means cool.
What's that?
Yeah. Sawa means like or sawa means okay or fine or cool, and then if you use it twice, like sawa, it means like, I guess, oh, okay, cool, yeah, cool, like extra emphasis. We're learning Swahili in our pairing sessions. Did we lose Mike?
Sorry, guys. Something happened here. Yeah, I was just asking what language was that.
Oh, sorry. We're Swahili.
Swahili.
Yeah, we're learning a little Swahili in our pairing sessions since we have so many wonderful volunteers from Kenya.
Yeah.
So I know Sasa and I know Sawa are the two words I know. It's going slowly, the learning Swahili, but
Mike, are you friend with Sigu?
I think maybe Mike has dropped off because it looks like the screen is frozen as well. Or
I'm trying to set up the Docker image for website 1.
Awesome.
And I've got an error. It's
Would you mind sharing your screen?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Cool, awesome. And yeah, maybe Mike will. Let's see if Mike can respond on chat. Mike, are you there? No, Mike's. Oh, yeah, yep.
It's here. So it's on the Postgres container.
Yes. So you need to I'll find you on Slack, and I'll share with you the environment variables, because you.
I think I've because I've done it the second time. The first time, I just done Docker Compose app, and then I had this error. Then I use the script which you got, and before I've used as well the variables, but I've got it.
I mean,
anyway now.
This looks like something that should be created just fine if it's containerized.
So the thing is that depends on, like, when you say you copied the environment variables, you copied them from the README.
Yeah, on GitHub.
So the README, yeah, the README doesn't have those environment variables. Are like dummy environment variables that are don't have all the information that you need. So what's happening here is there's a database. I can't remember the name of it. I can tell you in a second. There's an environment variable that is called database Postgres username and database Postgres password. And if those aren't present in the .env file, then it will use root as the username, and so there's no role for root. So
yeah, you can see my variables.
Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So you just need to update those, and then unfortunately you'll have to run the setup again. Sorry about that. But
all right.
You are DKU on Daniel.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll send you a private DM with those updated variables. I guess we should maybe clarify that like. Before running the setup script, please get in contact and grab because it's annoying to have to do it more than once. It takes a while.
The DB one is not so sensitive, right? So we could probably just add that to the default, the text for the env files.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's kind of just the default ones, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna grab any top secrets by having.
I mean, it's running locally anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like production. Cool. So I sent that to you, Daniel.
Yeah, I got it.
Mike, you're back. Yeah. Internet is a blocker sometimes. So yeah, I guess maybe you said you know the step forward. Maybe you've already actually even done it.
Are you talking to Dan?
No, sorry, I was talking to Mike. Because he's running the tests again, which makes me think that he has updated the tests and is now ready to run them.
So actually, I only figured that my tests were not running when I got this error. Like I didn't have internet when I got this error. All along I thought I was still on the call. So I got a timeout error. That's when I started questioning.
All right, that's interesting though, because unable to find update card details. Interesting. I'm logged in as user, blah, blah. I click on it. It encounters error.
Oops.
Can you show the page and?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Just to see what we have.
The page?
You remember that? Do you remember that step definition where you can then show me the page, Mike?
Yeah. Okay.
It didn't work for us last time, but I think that was
No, it didn't.
maybe unrelated. Because that was passing on line 16, but the same exact thing is failing on line 23. Where is it? Log in. Click on the avatar.
Okay, stupid question. How do we actually find the link to edit that card?
So it's in a partial in application / edit card.
But there's like no link to access it directly, right? From the profile page.
Yeah, so on the profile page, like we're calling the partial from it's like index calls a partial called summary, and summary is where we call the partial for the button. The apps. Users, profile, and then summary.
What I mean is that like currently, users don't actually know that they can change their page. I'm just going to share my screen.
Yeah, this I don't know, to be honest with you. I was talking about this. I don't know how they get to that cards like,
because I remember I had to ask Sam about this, and then he sent me a link to my page, and that's how I found the page.
All right.
So
yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah. What is the link?
Is this the?
Yeah, but it's lowercase show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like the. Yeah.
Okay.
Typically, the only time it's uppercase, Mike, is if it's like I, for example, because like the then is like considered part of the start of the sentence. So then everything that comes after it normally is lowercase unless it's I, because I is capitalized. But like you can see there, like given the following and the following, all those are all lowercase as well, you know.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's what I was trying to show you the other day, Mike. So
yeah,
if you scroll down where the button is, oh, it's because he's a basic member. Why is he a basic member?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's as a user.
Premium.
Right.
Premium.
So why is the user changing card details when they're not a?
I think he changed
Oh, okay.
like at some point.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Shoot.
All right. Yeah, so run that again.
Run the test again. Yeah.
You might want to remove then show me the page. I mean, you don't have to, but
okay.
It'll take an extra step. Yeah.
Just completely. Let me get my charge.
Yep. So Raul, you were saying that this is like this button is like it's got like a stripe default to be like the what am I looking for? Sorry, the words are escaping me. The style of the button is like stripe by default. Is that
so what happens is that there is a JavaScript on that page that actually fetches the button from Stripe and goes out on the page. I think that's how Stripe behaves by default. So you inject JavaScript on the page, and then it will have that default styling. But you can change the styling of the button if you want to. But I'm not sure if that much of a big deal at this stage to have a different styling for that. I don't know.
It just looks a little out of place with the with those other links, you know. But I mean, the fact that it works is probably, you know, is more important.
Matt.
Yes.
I think this covered by the test that check that a user who is not a premium member cannot update their card, so there will be no one receiving the errors.
Sorry, can you come again?
Of course, you need to update that.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that that error is displayed on the settings page now, not on, because ultimately we were displaying that on the page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the line 21 passed.
So line 21 passed. So the difference is, you see this guy, user changes card details but encounters an error. I don't know if this scenario was meant for
I mean, I guess, yeah. What's the difference between the information that you fill out?
Oh, did I copy this from up there? No, I haven't copied this.
Can you see what the difference is, the get diff? Because I'm not.
Yeah, this brown shows whatever I changed, then this is whatever I did not change. Then I should see your card details have been successfully updated. Then I should see something has gone wrong.
So what's the difference in when I fill in the updated card details for premium user with email?
So why are the emails different?
Yeah, I think this one is filling this one is making updates for a different.
Oh, so this is changing the card details, not the card number.
Yeah, it's just changing the email.
But it is the same. It is the same button, though.
Yeah, but it's also the same. It's also the same details as the test on the scenario starting on line 15.
Oh yeah, the update details allow you to change the email, the card number as well. So that's fine.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like you have a test that starts on line 15 that says that the update should be successful. And then you have a test on line 23 that's filling out the exact same details and saying that the expectation is that it won't be successful.
Yeah, that's all right.
So one of them has to pass.
You remember when starting? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that like if one of them passes, the other one will fail. Like they can't both if they're filling out the exact same details.
Yeah, because what I was thinking is that this test specifically, this step, like it was for a user who is not premium initially. So I think what this test was supposed to check was a user who is not premium that goes to update credit card details, and she'll get something has gone wrong with Chinma's credit card details.
But the thing is, if you're not premium, you won't see the button to begin with.
Yeah, so that we just implemented that
Or
is
is it something new that you did?
yeah.
Is there anyone here who's not premium?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Currently, I'm not premium.
Dan,
Yeah.
are you a premium member on Agile Ventures?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of our newest premium mob member, actually. But Mike isn't yet.
So, Mike, you can go to production and check your profile if you're not premium. I just want to see what you see there. Try to access the card page. Replace users with cards.
Cards. Oh yeah, yeah, cards. Sorry.
And then to the end, edit, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm not.
you're not premium, right? So click on update. Just enter something. Yeah, I think you can try and submit like that because the test is not filling the card. So just update.
That maybe I can write my old card.
You can put in the fake one, I guess. 424. I don't know if the fake one will work though.
Yeah, I don't know if they have validations for that, but it's interesting that you note that like they don't change any of those details in the
yeah, in the tool, right?
But I guess if you do have a credit card, like if you have one like registered, I think it's pre-filled in with those details.
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
No.
So then this step, like I fill in the updated credit card details, maybe.
I hope that card is not valid, Mike, because this is recorded.
I don't use it anymore.
I hope it's
We
not
can.
valid anymore. One is not being used.
Someone else is going to use it. Or at least try to use it.
I don't use it anymore.
Just make sure it's not linked to any of your accounts.
No,
That's your
it
nervous
doesn't.
laugh.
Does
your
it?
nervous laugh.
What should I have here?
The security code at the back of your card.
Maybe I should stop now. Maybe I should stop sharing.
So
and do that. Yeah. Sharing. So
Anyway, just put that in. Tell us what was the result.
okay.
Well,
How come it? How many digits does it take? This has.
the CVC is at the back of your card. You'll see the last 4 digits of your card number, and right next to that there are 3 digits following. Those are the ones you need to put there.
Okay, so I'm not sharing, right?
You're not sharing.
Now you're safe.
I thought you do not use that card anymore.
Yeah, I suggest that you immediately get off this call and call your. Let me see if.
Oh, it has updated.
It has updated. That's odd.
Well, now potentially you are a premium member. Congratulations.
Yeah, but I get these. Okay, let me just share. After it has updated, I get this guy.
All right, something has gone wrong with changing your details. But this is nothing like the message we see on the test.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Something
so
has gone wrong with changing your details. Oh, you should not see your card details have been successfully added. Okay, so this is not supposed to be a premium member. The reason why the test is failing now is because you changed the logic to only show it for people that are premium.
So I think you can, yes, the person on this page, on the profile page, this test, like, I verified what you're saying, Raul, on locally. Like, so you did change that from user to premium user because otherwise they wouldn't see the card. So this entire test, I think you could probably delete, because if they're a user and not a premium user, then they won't have the ability to click on that.
Right. Or you can write a test to say that, okay, if I'm logged in as a user, right, and I go to my profile page, then I shouldn't see the update card details. But
yeah, so we have that test already written.
We already have that. Yeah, then this test is useless.
Yeah. And if you go,
but the crazy thing is that it updates my card details. It has updated my card details. That is a success.
Yeah. This is all happening on the Stripe side. So what happens is that when you submit that form, it goes to the Stripe dashboard, and then in the background, on the Rails side of things, we then verify. We then, I think Stripe will get back with an error, and based on that error, we will then send the message on the view to say something went wrong with updating your card because we didn't find you in the first place, right?
So my card details have not been updated.
No, I mean, there is no user with your details on the Stripe account at the moment, so it couldn't find anyone to update.
Okay.
And if you scroll down, you can see that we have other tests that that verify that you fill in the details incorrectly.
Yeah.
I fill in the card details for premium for user that will fail with email. Oh, that's weird though. Oh, that's add card details. Okay, so that's different. So I guess these add card details, I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe we, it seems like I'm not. Yeah, I guess that's another question we have, is whether we should leave that cards new or whether we should somehow incorporate that. Because I guess if we follow that logic, we should, like, if a person's a basic member, then maybe they have a button that they can add their card details. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
I think the question now is, do we want that to happen?
I mean, I'm not sure, because like the idea, like if you, like, Mike, can you go to your profile?
I mean, the fact that Mike can actually see that button and edit stuff is already wrong. I'm not sure what the rationale was behind allowing that. Well, again, nobody had access to this link, so it's not like a user would find this link easily, right? So I guess it didn't really matter to them when they implemented this.
But Mike, can you go to your profile?
There's nothing that points to this.
No. Yeah, so maybe, but like, that's the thing, like what we have now is, like, you can see the upgrade to premium.
Yes.
So I don't think there's any reason to have a button add card details, because that doesn't sound very, upgrade to premium sounds much better than add card details.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe just leave those tests alone. But I mean, we could make the argument that we could just blow away all those card paths, maybe. But
I mean, are those tests still passing now?
Like the one we just trained is not passing
anyway. So
no, but that one we were suggesting, Mike, that you delete that test, because that test we're testing that a person that's not a premium user cannot see that card or that button at all.
Okay, so but we've not done away with the. Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we could, before you delete it, we could change it back to what it was that we know is passing, and then we can further the conversation in the Scrum tomorrow, for example, or as part of the PR review. But the idea is that we would actually like take it a step further, since we're changing the test, and actually do away at least with that that cards edit button or page path.
Yeah, if you're gonna remove that page, then this test is obsolete.
Yeah, and I think like there's if we're gonna change the test, I don't think there's any reason why we would change the test and then just leave the path there to get approval. Like I think we would take it all the way, and then if Sam is like, no, I really spent a lot of time developing that page with a button on it, then we can roll back.
No, I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, you have to keep in mind, if you work on something and you have a strong case to defend why you did certain things, chances are it will go through, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Again, I might be wrong, but I did explain earlier on what was the rationale behind, making things the way they are right now. It was just putting the minimum amount of things out there so that if a user comes and contacts Sam or whoever and say, hey, I have something is wrong with my card, I want to be able to change it, right? So the way Sam was doing it, because he was the one doing that before, he had to go to the Stripe dashboard and manually change the details himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So adding this button made sure that, if someone needs to do that, he can send the link to the person, and then the person will see the button and change the cost himself, right?
Yeah.
Without him having to do that. So quickest fix to a specific problem, that was the solution to it at the time. But now with the changes, it definitely doesn't make sense to have this around.
So, but then, I mean, piggybacking off that, like, so Mike, you maybe you saw this already, but like that test as well, where presuming that we just like kind of came to a consensus that we're going to remove the path cards Tanzaku edit. You can remove that next scenario as well, and then maybe from line 21, or no, not line 21, 27. Maybe we leave those in place, because I guess like that's something that has nothing to do with the feature that we're working on, and we can bring it up as like an issue that we can work on next week, as like getting rid of that, since we do have an upgrade to premium button on the user's profile, and there probably is not a need to have to share that path with anyone anymore. But like, since it's not part of the editing people's credit cards, maybe we leave it in place and just bring it up,
Yeah, I would definitely leave these things here, since they're not related to what you're working on at the moment.
Cool.
So then get some context around what the cards new was actually used for before you decide to get rid of those tests or the view that is associated to that.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess like there's a couple of things, like we should make sure that everything on this credit card feature is passing. If you want to like ask Cucumber to run all those tests, and then while that's running, maybe shortly after it gets done running, I think there's a argument to be made for extracting that first test that's visiting the person's profile and putting that on into the test that we like, the feature file that we created.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Mike, or does that make sense why we would do that? Or
like move this to this?
Yeah, that one there. Yeah. So that's like testing that actually the update is successful, and where the other tests we have are just making sure that whoever has access, whoever is supposed to see that link sees it, and who isn't supposed to doesn't see it. And I don't know if maybe
another one into this file.
Yeah.
It makes sense to do that.
Yeah. Does it, Raul, when you're looking at the test on the left, does it seem like it's overkill at all, or does it seem like it's the right amount of tests? Like, do they make sense to you?
So the premium user decides to change card details. Given I'm logged in as premium user, when I click on the avatar of that, then I should be on the user profile.
Like, I don't know if you could make an argument that like that test starting on line 15 on the right could replace the one starting on the left on line 15, because if you try to click on an update card details button that you don't have permissions to see, then it will fail on that step. But then if you do have permissions to see it, it will continue on and actually try to update the card details and then succeed or fail.
Yeah, so again, there are different opinions about this kind of thing. But like some people prefer like writing scenarios where you don't just assert things, but you like do stuff and you get some result. Here you're just visiting a couple of pages, and like the first two scenarios,
Yeah.
let me just see. User decides to change. I'm logged in as that. I click on the avatar, then I should be on the user profile. When I click on that, yeah. So the test on the right, the scenario on the right, can replace the scenario that's starting on line 15 on the left. I mean, like, I don't see why we should split them into two separate scenarios. Really, like you can have a single scenario that's making sure that, you know, when we click on the avatar, we can click on the update card details, and then when we fill up the card details, we should see the successful message, right? And the second test would just make sure that we don't see the card details because we don't have access to that. And so if you do that, then the that means, scroll down a little bit. Oh, the other tests are just to make sure that we don't see that under certain circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Because especially in the context of we're not just it's not just that one scenario starting on line 15. You could potentially think of other reasons why that might pass, but in the context of the fact that we have other tests that the people that are not supposed to see those don't see them.
Yeah, I mean, this test is good enough.
I think he has done circle stripe as well here.
No, I mean, like the reason for this was to actually make a change to, I mean, the email that was used for Stripe. It's true that in this context, you don't really verify that the email was actually changed.
But it makes it clearer, I think, for people who are developing on it to see that it was actually a change, right?
Yes.
But I'm thinking that for this case, if I add that other step where you should see the error, I think that will pass as well.
I mean, you don't see an error in this context.
Because of different, he's using a different email address for the change.
Well, that's the idea, is that you're updating your email address. You shouldn't, if you use the same email address, then like Raul was saying, it would probably pass as well, because it's not going to validate that you're changing your email. But the idea is that you should be changing it. That's like what updating it.
I think the reason for a different email address is just to showcase that we are changing something, the user's detail, okay, right? Because otherwise, if I'm coming as a developer and I'm reading this test and I see the first email is Tansaku Gmail, and then later on we fill in the card details for premium user to be with Tansaku again, like, what are we changing? Maybe jump into that step definition. I think in there we are there's probably, I suspect we're filling up the cards there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I feel
It's not failing. Remember with the validation on the front end, the Stripe validation that was preventing us from submitting the form?
yeah.
Oh, I think I was going to send you a link to install the plugin. Let me see. Jeez. Cucumber Steps Atom. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's not this one. Yes, this is the one. So if you go to your package installer and you look for Cucumber-Step, you can do Command P. Are we still with Mike? Or we lost him again?
Don't know.
Yeah,
Looks like we may have lost him.
I think
There's, I don't know if you can see on mine, like I'm here in the premium steps, and those, it's calling this here, given I fill in updated card details. And then it calls this helper method, which...
Matt, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, am I not? Sorry, I stopped sharing. Thanks. You can see here. No, actually, we can't see there.
Oh, we lost Mike for good.
Yeah.
Where's that?
So it's calling this helper method submit card details for button.
Okay.
With it passes in like the text with, and then
an email.
Email.
Oh, so it's basically overriding the email, and we already have card details.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. That's right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has like a default email. And okay, and a default number.
Yeah.
And yeah, 123 CVC, some fake expiration. I mean, pretty soon this is going to stop working because it's going to be in the past, you know. And I wonder if this sleep 3 is necessary.
It's because of the JavaScript thing. It takes some time to load, so we're allowing it to process and then get back to us.
Yeah, definitely. But I wonder if there's not a
2019. What we should probably do there is make sure that the year is always ahead, so we can put in like current year +1 or something on that thing. But that could be a refactor for later on, just to avoid having a test suddenly failing.
Yeah. And I need to, my job this week is to be taking notes about all the different various refactorings that we can do as part of the sprint next week.
Yeah. Well, although this will probably fail at the end of next year, so we'll still have about a full year before it starts.
Yeah. Dan, how are things going with the Docker setup?
Yeah, it's running. One question I have: how should I run the test inside the Docker container?
So you have in Docker, you have like a command that's really really important to like I don't know, memorize it right, but you're going to use a lot, which is Docker compose, and is the start, and then you have run, and then you can do --rm, which removes any anonymous containers, and then you have like the name of the service, and then the command.
Website 1 something.
Yeah, so actually the name of the service, I can show you that, because the reason I said that instead of just telling you the actual thing that you're going to write is because it's different depending on what project you're working on. But if you come here to the Docker Compose YAML, you can see here that we have our services here starting on line 2. And so for this project, we have a database service, which you may or may not work too much with. I haven't used that as a command very often or ever. And then we have our web service. So this web service is the one that you will use more.
The web name, yeah? Because I was looking. Yeah, I was using, I think, the volume or something. You know, I've done Docker PS and it showed me something.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking.
So another thing you can do is like you can run like the command bash, and that will give you like a
command line. Right.
root. And then if I say ls, and then I can do things like like I'm used to doing, like Rails DB, migrate or create or whatever,
Okay,
and
yeah, I know that. Just I wasn't sure about the tests.
Yep. So yeah, it'd be just like bundle exec cucumber, for example. So Mike is back.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
You have to go to the install tab.
The install tab.
Down at the bottom.
The install.
On the left, yeah.
Oh.
There's a command line as well that you like APM.
Yeah, you can do APM install as well.
Yeah, Atom Package Manager.
Scroll up.
Was it called Cucumber Step?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, is it step jump?
Yeah.
I like that. It's for VS Code as well, no?
Let me check what I have on VS Code, because I also switched to VS Code now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There's a couple things that a friend of mine told me that I can like import my my shortcuts from Atom to here. Like I have a ERB like package installed where I can just do like Control Shift and period, and it'll create like an ERB tag that with a equal sign, and so on. And it doesn't have it in VS Code, and that's when I'm writing ERB, it really slows me down, like needing to do like.
So there is a package that allows you to get your Atom key maps to VS Code, but it only takes the key maps. So if you want to like do, I don't know how you were handling that ERB thing, but was it like a custom plugin that you had, or how was it?
I don't remember. Let me see.
I think it was probably coming from the plugin that allowed you to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
So, Mike, if you now go back to your editor and you put your cursor on one of the step definition in the feature, yeah, just click on one of them.
Yep.
I know the step definition. Just go to the line 16.
The steps. Okay, the steps.
The steps, not the scenario.
Okay.
No, go to the. I want the title on the feature file. Given I'm logged in as a premium member, that text. Line 15 on the file on the left, or 16. On the left,
16.
on the left side.
On the left side.
So if you right click on that, right, doesn't come up here. Just leave the cursor there and do Command Shift P. On your keyboard, do Command Shift and P. And then you do cucumber. Just type in cucumber. Jump to step. Yeah. So that's the shortcut if you're gonna remember that. But in theory, if you click on this,
okay.
you open up the step definition at, right? It finds the step definition for you. See that?
Yeah, amazing. So in Atom, it's called ERB Helper, and it's a third party like.
Yeah. So you'll have to find a similar thing for
VS Code.
VS Code.
Okay. I'll have a look at that. Yeah. Because that it really helps a lot,
Yeah.
Like it really slows me down being able to type that stuff, because it's not something I like really, before programming, I never practiced like doing less than, percentage, equal,
Yeah.
Cool. I have to get going soon. But I'm wondering, so
I'm also
where are we at? We want to blow away the. So the tests are passing, Mike.
Yeah, both files.
Yes. No. They look like they're passing.
Yeah, both files. Yes.
Okay. Cool. You retested after you moved over the. So. What is it like? Rails destroy. Does that sound familiar?
Rails destroy.
There's Rails generate, and then there's Rails destroy, right?
Yes.
But would we Rails destroy path?
What do you want to destroy?
I just many things I want to destroy, but in this case, I was thinking destroying the route, the to cards / edit or cards
It
ID
was a
edit.
destroy for route, but like you can just manually remove that line and remove the view and maybe the controller action that is linked to that.
Yeah. So I guess yeah. So in the routes file, there will be a line for that routes. Where is the resources cards? Okay, yeah. So just delete the edit. Mike, are you still there? Mike?
Yes.
You had a noise at the back?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. So Mike, did you understand where you would remove that route?
Route. Yeah. So.
No, you don't need to run rake routes. Do you know where the routes live in a Rails application?
Do
you remember?
Let me. I don't actually remember. Yeah.
If
You can do like a global
search.
Yeah, Command P. Yeah.
And then you type routes.
Yeah.
Derpy. Okay. So.
So you're for line 18, I guess, where it says resources cards, and then can you see where it says edit?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the correct route. Is that the correct route?
Yeah. It's like cards / ID / edit.
Right. And the ID, what is the ID here? The ID is the friendly ID that we were using before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I guess maybe I'm wondering. So then we need, because I think that friendly ID comes from the cards controller, right?
Probably.
Maybe we need to change the controller to.
Yeah. Controller, and then we have them /. Yeah. Okay, so you would need to remove the You need to remove the edit action and the view that's associated with that.
Like this?
And in the route, yeah. Huh.
So yeah, the update would, I guess, we would still be using the update.
I guess.
Because when you click on that button, I guess it's going to call that update action.
Yeah, it will.
The only thing is that, yeah, is it going to, I guess, yeah, the edit, because the edit is not grabbing the friendly ID. It didn't seem like, because I didn't see anywhere like before action, like set card or anything like that, or set user. I think that maybe that happens in the update. Customer retrieve current user, yeah. Retrieve current user dot stripe customer ID. So I think that should still,
yeah, looks like that ID is even useless in this context. Because if you look at the view, the edit view,
our card edit.
Credit.
No, cards. Edit.
So,
huh. Why do I have a different code here? Interesting.
So maybe, I don't know, I keep forgetting.
Oh, you moved that to partials.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the partial, you see we're getting the slug.
Yeah.
So that is gonna do a put for current path, card path with that slug, and it's gonna hit the update method of the cards controller, and in there, how do we find the customer? So Stripe customer ID. I was still using the current customer, current user. Yeah, technically even that route was kind of useless, kind of. I mean,
I think the route was just used to for the path.
A RESTful path to that page, kind of, yeah. But we're not really using that that ID for anything.
I guess though, like it doesn't really make sense to have a partial in this application directory when it's only being used in one place now.
Yeah.
So that partial probably should be moved to the.
I think that's mature refactoring you're doing there.
Yeah, and it is getting late where Mike is, so maybe.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's good enough. Like run the test, make sure it's still passing, and commit.
Yeah. Okay.
So
also need to move the site now. It's 10 o'clock.
I removed the edit route. So that was intended, right?
Yeah, because the route is gonna it's gonna provide that card /ID/edit, and yeah, we've been talking about how we don't want that anymore.
Oh, but then like the partial, we still need the partial because then you're gonna render the partial into the settings view now.
Yes.
We just don't need the edit view anymore.
Well, yeah,
okay.
but so we don't need the routes to that. Like the edit, so the edit view is just the partial. right?
So if you look at, go back to your code. So I see in the cards folder we have an edit.html.erb. We don't
Yeah.
have that view.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Correct. Because all we're doing is rendering the partial.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Delete, destroy. Like how you pause, Mike. Like, are you sure you want me to move this to the trash? Yes, Mike. Move it to the trash.
Okay, I will be looking forward to the PR, and I'll just put an eye on it tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah,
Awesome.
great spending some time with you guys.
Yeah. Awesome.
Tomorrow.
Really appreciate you joining us.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
You guys have a good end of the day on your side of the world.
Yeah.
Then I hope you get on the right track with setting up the project. Then.
Yeah, I'm running the test, but it takes ages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
all are passing, so it's all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one takes longer to like run the initial setup script or to run all the tests.
I don't know. I run the scripts, 3 times. So
Sorry about that. That's painful.
No problem.
I mean, maybe we could do like a what is it, like a where we test the speed of each, like, what do you call that?
You want to profile the execution of the test.
Yeah, like, you know, do a what do you call it? Like when you run run the speed right now. Come to me.
That's so, sleep right now. It's too late.
No, not yet for her.
Yeah, I'm actually. I mean, I'm almost calling it a day actually, because a benchmark. That's what I'm talking about. Like maybe we could benchmark it. You know, how we know which one takes longer, the setup script or the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can like give people up to date information. Like in just 3 hours, you can set up the project and run all the tests. If you run the setup script once, if you run it 3 times, I mean, you know, like, but with in all seriousness, like, Dan, like if there's something that we can add to the README, like that would,
yeah,
you know,
probably we should add about the variables. Yeah, because without this you have to run the setup, you know, again.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah, something in big bold letters like please request environment variables before running this step.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There was something about it, but you know, I've just copied and pasted.
Yeah.
Even
cool.
You know, we can leave because to build it you don't need the Stripe API keys, but
somebody should probably send you the test keys for Stripe.
Mm-hmm. Because for the for the Postgres, we can leave it on the website in the README. It doesn't change anything, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not super secret, are they?
Did I really save this?
You can share the ones that you have on your env file, Matt, with Dan. They just
Well, I think no, I think he has. I think maybe he was saying like just what I understood is just he was saying like we could share the database.
Yeah, because you know this blocks building.
Yes, definitely.
Building of the image. So and you know it's just Postgres and Postgres username and password. So
yeah, definitely.
Don't tell to everyone, Dan. Just super secret.
the secret,
Bloody hell.
the super secret.
Now we're gonna have to change him, you know.
Just
Yeah,
quick question. Probably missed that from your introduction. Where are you based, Dan?
I'm Polish, but I'm living in the UK.
Oh, okay. Cool. Great.
So
So how did you find out about AV?
I was on the agile programming with Ruby on Rails on
yeah.
EDX, and I was looking for some website like that for a long time, and I found it, by mistake.
Oh.
So because this year it took me like 7-8 months. I've done. I don't know if you heard about Open Classrooms.
Yes. An open classroom.
So I've done their full stack developer path with them, but after that I'm still missing something. That's what I'm thinking, and this is good next step.
Well, hopefully the projects here can allow you to fill up some of those gaps, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Especially because Open Classrooms, they as well, they use learning React and Rails. So yeah, you use here Rails as well. So it's one after the other is perfect.
Awesome. Just remind me again, Matt. Which are you at? Where you at?
Where am I at? I'm in Brazil.
Oh, you're in Brazil. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like right now it's 5 o'clock my time. So on Mondays I have English class at night, so I take off kind of early. But other days I guess you're ahead of me anyway, so that's not so interesting for you. But yeah, I'm normally around.
Okay, cool. No, that's cool then. Well, at least I know that you guys will be online at 7 UTC. So that's 5 UTC, 5 p.m. UTC. So that's good for me because I'm usually just getting home and relaxing at that time. So yeah,
nice.
A bit of code conversation is it's not a bad idea at that time.
I like your way of relaxing. Jumping on and helping us code. It's a great relaxation. I agree. I'm not sure if my wife agrees that that's relaxation, but
probably not. Right. No, cool. But then I'll probably see you guys tomorrow then, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be around, and I guess Mike will be as well, and hopefully Dan is up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right,
cool.
Guys.
So, yeah, see you guys soon.
See you later.
Bye.